Welcome back to Vampyr. So, left off after having just
There has
gotten
been quite a battle here.
That's the same. Left
I'm
off.
sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Anything else? Left off just after entering the Ascalon Club. Got a quick look around here. Have to talk to you. There's anything immediately over there. Not gonna leave, just checking. Okay.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, okay, not gonna be saying too much. I imagine I have to go upstairs, so quick pass down here. Or right here. And it leads outside. I go through the gates, but I will take a quick look around. Okay. And there'll be something to back there later. Side. Some kind of office. Somebody here. Let's do a quick check here. So, ones I met, they are all healthy. Find the pillar. Okay. Got 3 quests. I'll start on these once I leave the Ascalon Club. Oh, got one more here. Yeah, I should get to that. Find the other ones. Okay, anyways, where's the new one? It. Yeah, I think that was it. The Ascalon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming to protect for the protection of the crown's interest. I founded it in 1837 to honor and perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke. and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and of flawless moral fiber. This club accepts mortal members who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality. The goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions, behaviors among the good vampire society, but also to promote and expand imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite of British society. We are Ascalon, the Holy Lance, held by St. George's Protector of England. When the saints slew the dragon, as lance bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the Empire's interests. From the law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. Locked door. Get here. My first goal after leaving here is going to be trying to find the rest of the citizens, make sure that they're healthy. Good dagger, okay. Locked door. So dead end down here. Be over here. I got open door, but I'm gonna check down here first. I bet he's in. Oops. Got too close.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Let's go with this one. There it is.
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End. But the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I'd consider an option of no, but I don't have a choice.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
That went well, did it
I
not?
personally went patrolling.
It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
That one might. I don't want to go after them. That one could direct me that same way.
Scals are hostile vectors of contagion. That is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reed. Most of the new Scals who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens, but they must be put down nevertheless.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Where are you? It doesn't go away that quick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
That one I would probably go with, because I have no idea what he's going to be asking. But
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
interesting character.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Money does not solve everything. He is a pillar and he is healthy. Okay.
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Skulls have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
What is it? Oh, the guy that made me. Take a quick look in here. Key of basement. Interesting. This one. Not sure they like me poking around down there, but yeah, it might be the other door. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, that one went outside. Now, where was it? As Ascalon members, we always tend to respect etiquette. We are in all ways members of the good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in orgies and bloodbath, like our adversaries assert we do. And if one of us were caught in such caricatured and immoral moral act, he would receive the appropriate opprobrium. But what about the blood? What about it is recreational use? How can we deny the ecstasy the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And with what else could we toast with as any good fraternity should? To answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follows. As long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our walls, Each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants for his own usage or to share it with friends. Drink what you want, deal the way you want with the original vessel, but never inside the club. Unless I personally authorize it on some special occasion, of course. Interesting. That open. Down here. Missing something. And maybe something a bit later. Time to head out. Now, before I get too far...
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Women of all countries unite!
Let's see now. The portraits. Okay. Gonna take a quick look at these other things here. One odd one here. Back to the map. Where are you at? Oh wait. Okay, so that one is going to be to take that to him. I don't think that it would be a danger right now to hold off on that one until I work out somewhere in the West End. Maybe more the main quest. I'll go talk to him before I do this next part. So. This one. At the hospital. Okay, so what else do we have? Drink that one.
Support the equality between men!
One goes like I'm talking to that person there.
And women!
Hit the wrong button. One is going right over here. So I've been here. Going to mark. Let's mark all three of those. If I can. No, I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna head for this one. I'll go question them in a moment. Going here. me here. I gotta go around through the back.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
You're recovering.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. If you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Interesting.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Okay, so you're seeing the Mullaneys' house. Okay, I can get through.
Don't let any strangers come into your...
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Support the equality between
Don't need
men
to talk
and
to
women.
her. Where is the... I ran right past it, didn't I? Okay,
Women of all countries
this way.
unite.
That. Yours. Oh wait. I don't need to go down here quite yet. I will come back to that. Probably sooner rather than later. Down here. Could be. Yep. And this way. This will also be something I need to check and see how sick they are. Close. Oh. You're right. Give me anything. And oops. Looking around and get stuck in the rail. And hop up there. Point. Weird. Supposed to go here. This would be through that gate right there. North Docks. That's where I need to go. Get up there. There to be any kind of point to get up there. Bursting. Obviously missing something. Docks before the door. 8 Emily's house. Meters. So weird. Is it actually on the other side? Looks like that might be one that opens. Prompt Fort. Hey. What's around here?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Is it healthy?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
You know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
And the fact that I can get by with this.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Anything else here? Things journal in a moment.
It's locked.
In one of those I try out the killer for. Worried about it. This. There we go. That's how I need to get up there.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
I think everything is... Oops. More? November 1918. My dearest, yeah, I'm not gonna try to butcher the names. I can't wait to see you again. Tonight, tomorrow, I can hardly wait. Since we kissed on that bridge while the moon was so bright in the night sky, I want to feel your teeth again on my lips. Meet a vampire? Me? Oh, the excruciating pain of your complete bite on my neck. You devil, you, for the longest second ever. I feared you were going to kill me right there on the bridge in the middle of the night. But no, my dear. You remain the delicate fiancé I know you are, and you are only teasing me. I can't wait to drink your blood for good this time, and come back to my sweet Charlotte as an immortal. To play with her a little, first of course, like you taught me how to play with mortals. Then I'll turn her into one of us too, and we'll rule the nights of London, and cleanse the city of impure souls.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
Okay, there was... Wrong way. Where's the other one? There it is. 9th July 1918. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He's back from the war alive and unharmed. He'll be home in 2 weeks. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see my beloved husband again. 14th August 1918. Clarence's attitude still worries me. He's not the same since he came home. The first few weeks I thought it was just a necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seemed to be more and more erratic. Nowadays he spends all his time outside day and night searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu. He does not care about me. He is starting to frighten me. 21st September 1918. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. People are starting to laugh at me. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in recently closed theater to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he's lost his mind over there. 24th September 1918. Lawrence just confessed he has not spent half his pension, but all of it, plus some of our savings. Paper and ink cost so much because of the war, he said. But it's a cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. 5th October 1918. Today the butcher, Mr. Galloway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked me the same thing 2 days ago. First I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions on the epidemic. But it seems my friends still have financial arguments from the same shop. I was so ashamed, but I could not speak. 8th October 1918. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He's spending all the money we have, and I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. He's definitely lost his mind. There, doesn't like it. drop. Let's search the room. I apparently missed something. I have to get back up there, which means coming back through here. That's... Oh, wrong building. Wrong door. Okay. Be easier way to get up there, honestly.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please come in. I know that you are always welcome here, but at this hour of night?
Yeah, sorry, I kind of had to cut through your house to get to somebody else's. What did I miss? Calendar.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
We can get in and out of there normally. This way? Leading me to the docks. Shut up. Blinker. Okay. Short work of him. Another one there. Another one over there, but it looks like this is the culprit.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond, the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I'd love to kill him, but what I found up there.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
But tell somebody. Two there. Met anybody new? Hmm. Let's see. Go to right at the well, or fountain, I guess.
Good evening, old chap.
Are you all
Jonathan
right?
again.
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not well, man.
Oh, that's Barrett's. Okay, personal questions? No. Didn't I get a hint?
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Maybe that was her. I'll have to go back. Not right now.
Support the equality between men and...
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood.
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
So she handed me a steak. This way. $5.33. It's slightly better. Apparently already upgraded fully. that? So this can be upgraded. Card is what I'm looking at here. Already got to level 5. I may consider it. And the club is good and all, but got one level left. The 38. It'd be 41 total. I threw it all into stun. Is done. And I think I will check out the locations in the next episode. Thank you for watching.